Alright, so today we're doing part 2 of building the homemade motorized skateboard. Now, last video was all about building the board. This video is all going to be about adding the engine, adding the gas tank, hooking up the chain, the sprocket, and hooking up the brakes. Now, honestly, I have no idea how I'm going to add this engine over the rear tire without attaching it to the board. I'll figure that out as I go along. This tire right here, the one you can't see back here, this is going to be the one that's under power. The two front tires are going to be the ones that have brakes. I'm going to be putting these two brake discs I got from Go Power Sports on the front tires, and I'm going to make some kind of system to where they brake evenly, so therefore hopefully I won't have any problems with the board wanting to turn when I hit the brakes. So yeah, let's just start working on it, start adding stuff, and hopefully it works. Alright, so I'm dying to find out if this motor will actually run. Alright, so I have a throttle hooked up, but I'm not sure how well it is hooked up. I'm not sure if it's, if it's going to work. So let's just try and start it and see what happens. I'm not sure not really sure what where's choke. I know this is it, but I'm not sure if it's up or down. Not sure where. I think that may be on. It's hard. There's nothing that describes anything on here. This is just such a cheap engine. I'm thinking that is choke. Let's see. That's how I kill it. Just grab a glove and touch that wire to that. So it actually runs. I am honestly surprised that it runs. So, next thing we need to do is we need to install the brakes, and then it's I guess ready to test. It seemed like it had good power. I didn't try and hold it back while I throttled it, but it did seem to work. At least the chain didn't fall off. At least it didn't blow up. And yeah, let's let's try to hook up the front brakes and then see if this thing will actually work. Alright, so here it is. It's all assembled and everything should be working. The brakes work great. They do lock up the wheels. Unfortunately, it does kind of have a design flaw with the way I made the brakes. I mean, they do work great, but if you can see, this cable right here is over the board. And if you're riding this skateboard and you accidentally step on this cable, it's gonna lock up the brakes and you're just gonna go launching off the skateboard face first onto the concrete, which is, I will admit, that is a major design flaw just because that is very dangerous. So I'm gonna either try and make something that goes over this so you can't step on it, or I thought about making this go underneath, but there's too much under here and it wouldn't have enough, you know, it wouldn't be strong enough to actually, you know, hit the brakes good enough. So I kind of had to put it over here, but it kind of is, it's a design flaw. But for now they work, and just be very careful not to step on that while you're riding it. But anyway, enough rambling. Let's start the engine and see if this actually works. I cannot believe it actually works. It has plenty of power, and the brakes work great. Steering works great. It's really controllable, and I love it. This thing is so much fun. I want to find out what it's like on the road, but that's for next video. Yeah. Oh, I cannot believe it actually works. Alright, so honestly, I'm really surprised at how well this works right off the bat. I mean, normally with stuff like this, where you build something homemade, you gotta fine tune it, you gotta play around with it to get it to work, to get it to do what you want it to do. But with this, I really did not have to mess around with anything. I put the engine on right there, I put the gas tank on, hooked up the brakes, fired it right up, and it seems to work perfectly. The brakes work great, the chain doesn't fall off, it's got plenty of power, the steering works great, the board is a little bit flexible, but that's normal for a skateboard. As long as it doesn't snap, it'll work fine. But I'm really surprised at how well this works. Now, I did a little bit of a demonstrating with, showing you what this does, but I'll be waiting to do a full testing video until next part of this project. So, I still haven't really taken it up the street yet, so I'm not really sure how fast it goes, what it's like on the road. I only did it, testing it in here and out, behind or in front of my shed. So it seems to have plenty of power, which is awesome, and I'm hoping it's not too fast, just because this is a skateboard, and I'd rather have more power than speed, just because you're standing on it, you got nothing to hold on, and speed wobbles is not a good thing with something like this. There is that issue with this cable being right here, where if you step on it, it's going to lock the brakes up, but I may just leave it and have that, that's the way it is, and if you step on it, then you're going to go flying, but just don't step on it or something like that. Now I have to thank Go Power Sports for sending me the parts I used for this project, the tires, the disc brakes, the muffler, and the gas tank. I will be leaving links in the description below to the parts I used for this project. Go check that out. But I guess that's it for this video. Next video of this project is obviously, of course, going to be a full testing video where I actually take it up the road and do a speed run, see how fast this thing goes. But for now, I gotta end the video here. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, and have a nice day.